Hey y'all, so welcome back. We are continuing our summer self-care challenge, and right now we are on the section, if you have finished working on your section of planning your nighttime routine. Remember, you may flow out of it at some point, you may struggle with it at some point, but keep going. But you can always still implement both of these things. But I know the world talks a lot about a morning routine. You really only have a solid morning routine, sisters, especially as women, if we have a solid nighttime routine. So I do want to make sure that I reiterate that over and over again. Don't stop, but stay intentional about creating that nighttime routine. Remember, the other videos are on this channel to help you in details with more tips. I will be sending out more things through email that I find. I'm looking for more research as well. But these are things that have truly helped me on this journey, you all, especially as a single mom of young children. Trust me, it works. Nighttime routines, let's work on getting them solid. But going back into the scripture that we're in now, Proverbs 31:15, she gets up before dawn to prepare breakfast for her household and plan the day's work for her servant girls. Okay, yes, I am challenging you all and myself to wake up earlier. And I learned today, we on vacation. As y'all see, I had to come and give me some me time. I'm going to get me some me time regardless. And we're going to be talking about that more as well, on ways that you can practically get you some me time no matter where you are, no matter what your responsibilities are, no matter how old your children are, no matter how many, things or hectic things are going on around you or in the routine or your schedule already. You can get you some me time in, and we're going to make sure that's a goal and that you accomplish that goal. But I am challenging us to get up earlier. And what I learned this morning is I got up earlier, and last night I spent time thinking about and writing down what needed to be done today. And as I was doing some of the things throughout the day with my children, I realized, and once again, be a student of your environment, be a student of, those who you have to manage. Be a student of where they are, because if you keep prolonging things and moving them along and they haven't accomplished something that's foundational, you're going to have to go right back and redo that all over again. That's a teacher tip for those parents out there, and for just really everybody. If you haven't gotten something down that's foundational, which is what we're trying to work on now with our routines, you're going to have to go back and refix a lot of stuff that you didn't need to do if you had really had a solid foundation. That's a life lesson, But so with my kids, we had to go back to some of the basics of simple step instructions. And so I gave them their tasks that they were supposed to do. We're on vacation. They out and just all about with family. So there is going to be some imbalances. So that's something that tonight I'm going to take into consideration when I have my time to wind down and my time to assess my day. Remember, continuing to assess your day at night as well. I'm going to have to assess, okay, we are in a different environment. So we are a little bit influenced by our schedules, that have some outside forces. I'm saying, like not things that we can control. Like we had plans for today. The weather changed. We had family plans that had to change because of the weather changing. So making those adjustments and being okay with that. But then going back to what was the foundational principle that I needed to teach my children as well as myself. But just basic, simple step instructions. So guess what? I had to lower the amount of steps that I gave them. Even if that was 3 steps, I had to lower it down to 2. You know what I mean? And then guess what? I had to lower it down to 1 and make sure that they understood how to double check themselves. So as you're going throughout your day, I don't have to give you our whole day because it was it was a day. But you always regroup. But once again, assess your evening. Look at what went wrong that day, but also look what went well. And then go back to the foundational things of what you need to do to move things along the next day. But remember, for yourself, make sure that you also have truly taken into consideration what you need to get done for yourself. Because as us women, one thing that we don't keep in mind, we become overwhelmed and we become very stressed because we don't consider ourselves. We don't consider what we need to get done or how we're feeling or something that will be of giving back to us in that day. Do that. Think of time. You should have in your day a slot of time for you. You need to have a slot of time of, yes, things that you need to get done, but a slot of time for you. Okay, so really think about that as you're planning your people that you need to manage day. And remember, once again, every urgency is not an emergency. Things can be very important, but they may not be important right now. They may be important a little bit later down the list. Okay? I know that may have been a lot to digest, but what we're going to do is think on this, replay it over and over, really meditate on what I said. Trust me, you guys. Consider those two things. Consider the things that you need to adjust throughout the day. So think ahead of time. Think ahead of time. This may go wrong. This may go right. Have options of how you will handle it. Like literally envision, okay, if this happens, what if this happens? What can I do? What are some options that I have? Okay? And then also take into consideration your time of the things you need to get done, those things that others around you that you have to manage, the things that need to get done with them, because there are going to be some adjustments that need to be made, but also don't do it all. Some of that does not need to be done right now. And then also make sure you have slotted out a time for you, just for you. And let's see how it goes. All right, talk to y'all soon.